In this lesson, we will practice a bit of cross-hatching. We'll draw a quick sketch of this excellent planar head sculpture by John Asaro. I would like to invite you to do this sketch not once, but twice. First, draw it on your own before watching this video, and then draw it again, but this time together with me. You cannot unsee this video, so you only have one chance right now to learn something. Give it a go. Get a piece of paper, a pencil, and do a quick sketch of this sculpture. Spend at most 1 or 2 minutes. This should be a quick sketch. Use cross-hatching for the shading, and just do it to the best of your current abilities. I will walk you through my thought process afterwards, and when you draw it for the second time, you can follow me and see what makes sense to you, and maybe what doesn't, and hopefully you'll learn something useful along the way. So right now, press pause and draw a quick 1 to 2 minute sketch of this image, shading with cross-hatching. Ready? Okay, so now let's do it together. My first step is to draw a rough block in. I kept my lines pretty light, and I start with an oval to roughly place the head. Then I placed the big shapes and facial features. Press pause again while you get your drawing to this block in stage. Ready? Let's continue. My next step is to organize my value groups. I always start this by identifying my shadow group. That means form shadow plus cast shadow. There are shadows here, 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 and here. The cheek and the back of the head are not in the shadow family. These are dark halftones, so they need to wait until the next step. For now, tone in all of the shadows. You can go dark right away to establish a good value contrast between the lights and the shadows in your drawing. I also keep this tone flat, without much noticeable hatching, so that the shadows are calm and unified. Press pause and get your drawing to this stage. Next, I add the dark halftones. That's the side of the head, the cheek, the chin, and the side of the base. There are a few planes that we have to make a decision about. For example, this part of the cheek. Should we include it in the dark halftones? I say yes, because it helps to communicate the entire cheek as one plane. But you could say no. If you make decisions like this consciously, you decrease the risk of getting lost or confused. Okay, your turn again. Tone in the dark halftones, making decisions about what to include in this value group. Ready? A drawing that has shadows and dark halftones already communicates a lot. These are the most important values, so we could be done right now. But let's add some icing on the cake. We could add another value group in the light halftones, in order to separate them from the center light. So do that now to complete your sketch. Alright, your drawing should be finished now, and I want to address a question I often get about hatching. The question is, how do I know in which direction to draw the hatching lines? Let's take a look at this arm as an example. My general rule that I follow for hatching is that I will make the lines in the direction in which the form changes most dramatically. So here I could draw long lines along the entire arm, but the form isn't changing that much. Instead, I will go around the arm, which will result in shorter lines that describe much more form change. Many times it's not obvious what direction to choose, and an intermeshing of two different directions can be part of the charm of a drawing that's shaded with crosshatching.